Sometimes when you're playing guitar, you'll want to tune up without a tuner. Perhaps you want to tune to another instrument to play along. Perhaps there's a piano. It's not easy to retune a piano, it's much simpler to tune the guitar to the piano. Or perhaps you're around the campfire and you want to sing a few songs and you've not got your tuner, in which case you'll need to tune up the guitar to make sure that you can play your songs in tune. The way that we're going to go about this is by sounding two notes at the same time and then adjusting the pitch of one of the notes in order to bring it into tune. If you're tuning your guitar up against the piano or another instrument, then one of the best places to start is with the fifth string, the A string. By playing the A string and making sure that that's in tune with the instrument that you're going to be playing along with, you can use that as a starting point for tuning the rest of the guitar. So step number one, start with the A string. Once you've got the A string in tune, what we're going to do then is tune the fifth string, the A string, which was our reference, our starting point, to the sixth string, the E string. And we're going to do that by fretting the sixth string, the E string, at the fifth fret. By fretting it at the fifth fret here, and by sounding the fifth and sixth strings together, we're sounding the same note. If those two notes sound together, if they sound the same, then those two strings are in tune with each other. If I just detune this sixth string and sound those two notes together, we can hear clearly that they're not in tune. As we bring the two notes closer together, as we bring them close to being in tune, in pitch, what we start to hear is a fluctuation in volume, and that's called beats. Because the two frequencies of the strings are very close together but not quite the same yet, you get a change in amplitude. I'll see if you can hear that now. As you sound the strings and bring them into tune, the beats slow. Until eventually, when you pluck the open fifth string and the sixth string, the E string, fretted at the fifth fret, they both sound together. That means that the fifth string, the A string, and the sixth string, the E string, are now in tune. We're now going to go on to tune the fourth string. In order to do that, we're going to sound the open fourth string here, the D, and we're going to sound it at the same time as sounding the A string, but again fretted at the fifth fret. Sounding those two notes together allows us to tell whether those two strings are in tune with each other. If I detune the string slightly and then sound those two notes, we can hear very clearly that they're not sounding in tune, and we're getting that beat, that variation in volume. The frequencies are close together, but they're not quite the same yet. As we bring the notes close together, the beats, that change in volume, slows and eventually disappears. So we've got the sixth string, the E string in tune, the fifth string, the fourth string, and we're now on to the third string. In order to tune the third string, again we're going to sound the open string here together with a fretted note. And the fretted note that we're going to go for is the fourth string here, fretted at the fifth note. We're going to sound those two together. And if they're in tune, that's fine. If not, we're going to adjust the pitch of the third string to match the fourth string. That means we've now got E, A, D and G. All those strings are in tune. That takes us to the second string here, the B string, which we're going to play open. And this time we're going to compare that note to this string here, the third string, but played at the 4th fret. That's different this time. There we go. We're going to play it at the 4th fret. We're going to sound those two notes together, and then we're going to adjust the tuning of the second string until the two notes sound together, till they sound tuned at the same pitch. That only leaves us then with the first string, the E string here, and again we're going to tune that by comparing it to the second string, but when we do that we have to fret the second string at the 5th fret. So we're going to fret the second string at the 5th fret, play those two strings together. They're not quite in tune at the moment. So by adjusting the tension in the first string there, we've now tuned all the strings together. Remember, we did it by tuning first of all the A string, that was our reference here, and when we were happy that that was at the pitch that we wanted it to be, we then tuned to the 6th string at the 5th fret, and then we worked through each pairs of strings, tuning them together. And again, when you're learning to play guitar, it's difficult to hear when they're in tune. So the trick there is to listen for that beat. The beat is that variation in volume when the strings are almost tuned together, but the frequencies are slightly different, and you get that changing in pitch, that ooh sound. As that sound slows, as the beats get further apart, you're moving closer to being perfectly in pitch. I hope that helps you with the tuning of your guitar, and you'll be ready for your count side sing along.